Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Bernardo Villalona is joining us now to break it all down. Bernardo, always good to see you. Let's start with.
Oh, let's play that again. Footage of Diddy in his cell trying to sleep.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Bernardo Villalona.
What's sad is that was footage of Diddy actually at home and not in jail. So the same things that were going on in different rooms at Diddy's house are most likely going on in different rooms where Diddy is now in jail. That's the sad part about that little video.
Villalona is joining us now to break it all down. Bernardo, always good to see you. Let's start with the latest on Sean Diddy Combs. This is yet another attempt to get out of jail on bail, a sex trafficking case. The presiding judge says he will make this decision on Diddy's bail request in the coming days. Combs has already been denied bail twice. What is the court potentially considering in this particular request?
Yeah, so I was inside of the courtroom yesterday, and I was also inside of the courtroom when he made the second bail request attempt at bail. So in terms of yesterday, I think things went in his favor. I think he.
All right, y'all already know what to do. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat and let me know where you at. And hit that like button or hit the thumbs up button, because some people's like, I don't see the like button. There's a thumbs up button on whatever social media platform you are on. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button.
There's a strong chance that he actually will be granted to be released on bail. In terms of what the judge was looking at, the judge was looking, of course, as the dangerousness factors and also whether he's a risk of flight. But the bail package was different this time. The bail package consisted, of course, of the $50 million bond, but also 24-hour security and for Sean Combs to actually reside in New York City, where he'll be in an apartment in the Upper East Side, where there'll be 24-hour security by this firm that is hired by Sean Combs. Also, in addition to that, that the people will have to be, that will visit him will have to be approved by the U.S. Attorney's Office and also pretrial services. But what made this attempt different is that, remember, the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, that he was granted bail and he has similar charges as to Sean Combs, and he was granted bail and has been released. So I think he has a better chance this time around with him being released under the services that was proposed by the defense.
All right, so Troy said, I cannot believe they let him out. They did not let him out. What's up, Magnum ICU? They did not let him out. They are considering letting him out. So what actually is happening, because this is like an ongoing story like every day. So what's going on right now is Diddy is still in jail, but his defense team is preparing a different, it's not really new, but a different bail package that will put him in a position where, you know, they have to sell this to the judge, right? So they're trying to find a way to sell this to the judge. So what they're saying is, hey, Diddy either has purchased or had already, had an apartment in the Upper East Side of New York, I think, Manhattan. And if he was to get bail, he can reside in that apartment. It's a 3-bedroom apartment. But this is what I said. I said this earlier today. So listen to this. This is what I said earlier today. Here we go. Listen to this for a second. This is what I said.
Yo, you know the funniest thing about this whole Diddy case? He wants to be on house arrest. Diddy, where was the majority of your crimes being committed at? At your house, stupid. And then at the same time, they found tunnels under your house. So you expect a judge to give you house arrest so you can go down in your little tunnels and go back to having Diddy parties under your house. Tell the guards that you'll put out your mixtape and let them bring some dudes to your cell, and y'all can have a Diddy party in jail. Yo, you know.
So I was like, there's no way in this world that they are going to give this man bond, because letting him out and going back to his mansion, they found tunnels under the mansion. So why in the world would they give this man an opportunity to go back to what he was doing? Because if anybody really just thought about it, where was the majority of Diddy's crimes being committed at? At his house. He committed the majority of his crimes in his own home during these Diddy parties. So why in the world would a judge send him back to the place where he committed all the damn crimes at? Well, apparently Diddy's defense team understands that and said, Judge, maybe the reason why the last two judges turned down their bail package is just that. We're not going to let you back into the same house or the same mansion that has tunnels up under it. Are we stupid or something? No, you staying in jail. So now what they're doing is saying, okay, Judge, how about we set him up in another apartment and like away from his mansion? Yes, we admit that there are tunnels under his mansion, because we already proved that already. There's tunnels under his mansion, and there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on under his mansion. I get it. But instead of sending him to the mansion with the tunnels, how about we set him up in a apartment in the Upper West Side of Manhattan, or East Side, whatever. And in my opinion, that was very genius, because in my opinion, that's one of the main reasons why they didn't let him out in the first place. So his defense team is actually doing something that his other defense team wasn't able to do. Because if y'all remember, Diddy fired his old defense team. If y'all remember that, he fired them folks, and his new person, Shapiro, I think his name is actually, no, not Shapiro, somebody else. He's actually doing a better job. With all that being said, it's a possibility that they are preparing this apartment for Diddy to move into. And this is really scary. Why? Because he may actually get it. And the reason why it's so scary is because thousands of people, maybe hundreds of people, may actually be affected negatively because of that, including us. And I'm just going to say it. I just went and bought a new, not pow pow, but blah, 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 just for any other reason, but for that reason too. Because if somebody comes knocking on my door or something crazy happens, I am now ready to wage war within these walls, just in case something stupid happens. So it is what it is. All right, let's keep going. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. What's going on, Caffeinated?
Joining me now is Maria Cruz Melendez, defense attorney and former federal prosecutor who knows the case, who's been reading the documents. All right, Maria, why are we having this pushed again? I mean, it does need time, right?
Yeah, I think this is an important issue for the judge to determine.
And excuse this little stupid music in the background. I have no idea why they're playing this dumb music behind this situation. So excuse the music. I didn't do it. Some of these people are they just put music behind any damn thing. So excuse the music because it sounds so stupid.
At the end of the day, I think it's really difficult for judges to put someone to detain a defendant pre-trial. At the end of the day, though, particularly with a case of this severity, the judge is weighing whether or not he obviously thinks that the defendant is going to flee, in this case Combs, or whether or not Combs is a danger to the community,
Right.
as a whole. And so both sides have put very passionate arguments forward. And obviously, whenever there's a situation.
Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. 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 Drop popcorn emojis in the chat.
Where you have new information or new legal arguments, the judge has to consider those things. And
Right.
I think that's what the judge is doing here.
What did you make of the paperwork? You read through it.
I did. A lot of the arguments made by the government is consistent with the arguments they've been making since the beginning. In fact, they're leaning very heavily on the fact that in this type of a case, the presumption, it's a rebuttable presumption, but the presumption is that the court should detain Combs. And so what defense counsel has to do is rebut that presumption and present evidence that the government has it wrong at the end.
Yo, this music is driving me nuts. I apologize for this stupid music. It's driving me nuts just listening to it. We got to get through it, though. I didn't put it on there.
The day. What the government is attempting to do now is to not only demonstrate that he's a risk of flight and that he's a danger to the community, but that.
Whoa. No. No. Magnum, I see you. Just said, I heard this morning listening to Miss Jaguar Wright that Big CeCe is in the hospital with pneumonia. Do y'all know who Big CeCe is? I'll show y'all a picture of him if y'all know who Big CeCe is, but do y'all say yes or no? Do y'all know who Big CeCe is? Shout out to Caffeinated for the $5 super chat. Okay. Big CeCe, hold on, let's see. I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna look up Big CeCe because this guy, I hope that's not true, man. Yeah, big homie CeCe. Come on, man. Bruh. All right, give me a second. Let me look this up. I sent you her handle on IG. Hold on. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why this man does not need to get out on bail. Hold on. She just sent me something. Oh my God. I know he would get bail. Now watch him beat the case. Let me know. Huh? I'm live now. Hold on, y'all. Somebody said, God damn it. All right, hold on. A whole lot of stuff is coming in all at one time. Let me play this video. And
both sides have put very passionate arguments forward. And obviously, whenever there's a situation where you have new information or new legal arguments, the judge has to consider those things. And I think that's what the judge is doing here.
What did you make of the paperwork? You read through it.
I did. A lot of the arguments made by the government is consistent with the arguments they've been making since the beginning. In fact, they're leaning very heavily on the fact that in this type of a case, the presumption, it's a rebuttable presumption, but the presumption is that the court should detain Combs. And so what defense counsel has to do is rebut that presumption and present evidence that the government has it wrong at the end of the day. What the government is attempting to do now is to not only demonstrate that he's a risk of flight and that he's a danger to the community, but that continuously, since before even the investigation, Combs has been obstructing justice.
Right.
Magnum ICU, what did you send me? I don't see nothing. Magnum ICU, what did you send me? I don't see anything. You said everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button. Let me look it up. I'll send you the exact video. Yeah, you didn't send me anything, Magnum ICU. And then I don't know. Well, send me what you got. Because I don't have nothing. I don't see nothing. And I don't see nothing. Okay.
And there's been this whole thing. I was there in court on Friday, and they've been saying, the prosecutors say, look, he's been doing these three-way calls. He's communicating with people, witnesses, people that he's trying to influence. He's calling somebody, they're calling somebody. It's against the rules. He's borrowing other people's phone cards, all of that. That is a big no-no.
So right here, I want to stop right here. What's going on, Miss Sweet Nana? Right here, they're saying he is borrowing What's going on, Almighty Tehran? What's going on? He is borrowing other people's phone cards or whatever. Oh, hold on. I was supposed to, y'all got me all sidetracked. Hold on. I was supposed to be looking up Big CeCe, Big Homie CeCe. Hold on. Y'all got me all confused. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all who Big Homie CeCe is. All right, hold on. I gotta find a video. So okay, here's Big Homie CeCe right here. Here we go. All right, here's Big Homie CeCe for anybody who is confused on who.
Over snap. He's not like
So this is
physical
Big Homie
having a
CeCe.
shovel at a graveyard. Outrageous, bro. Like I've never seen them like that.
All
And
right.
then to go on a big platform and then say people's names directly.
So put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen this guy before in your life. The fat guy.
Never happened to
Put a
him.
1 in the chat if you know you recognize this guy.
Crazy out here, Cam.
So did anybody see that video? A dude on the bike getting smoked?
Yeah, they said
Was that him?
No, they said that wasn't him.
I don't think that was him.
Because they nailed him to the floor.
So y'all know. Okay. So this is Big Homie CeCe.
Never.
All right. So that is Big Homie CeCe. According to Magnum ICU, I just got she just sent me a video. According to Magnum ICU, she is saying that he is presently in the hospital suffering from pneumonia. So if this is true, Diddy or Diddy's people done got a hold of this man somehow. So I need to figure this out. So here's a video of Jaguar Wright.
And these are children who not only.
Okay, so give me a second. I got to look this up. But apparently, Big Homie CeCe is possibly, because I'm just getting this from somebody in the chat. It's possibly in the hospital suffering from pneumonia. And for those who don't understand the significance of pneumonia, where's the video? Here's what this means.
Chris and Pac were up.
Hold up. Evans is Diddy's
Sean, but I also knew he didn't have to send Chris to California. I wondered if he realized that he sentenced him to his death. But when I tried dating someone else, they would end up dead from pneumonia.
Whenever she would try to date someone else, they would end up dead from pneumonia.
That he sentenced him to his death. But when I tried dating someone else, they would end up dead from pneumonia.
What?
I knew Sean was behind it. This was not a coincidence. He gets jealous of a guy and then they die of pneumonia. I could be next.
What the fuck?
If I am going to get out of this alive, I'm going to have to do something to make him stay away from me. I had a plan, but it's dangerous. I would get into the vault and get a couple of the tapes, take them home, make copies. This was my way out. Some of the tapes had things I would never have expected. The gay parties are one thing, but the young boys like Usher, Bow Wow, Justin, I would have never known. Things were okay for a while. I started dating again. It was almost normal until I got serious with someone. Then
guess what happens?
My boyfriend died of pneumonia.
No! No!
Yep, that's what she said.
So this is what I'm saying. So if Big Homie CeCe is now in the hospital for pneumonia, how did they get to him?
Wow, Justin, I would have never known. Things were okay for a while. I started dating again. It was almost normal until I got serious with someone. Then my boyfriend died of pneumonia.
No!
Again.
No!
Yep. That's what she said. I'm not feeling very well. Thank God the kids aren't here this weekend so I can rest. Well, why can't I get my doctor? Why won't he pick up the phone? Oh no, I called Sean from my bedroom. Sean picked up with an air of superiority in his tone that let me know it was too late for me. He spoke confidently.
No, pneumonia, not AIDS.
Into the phone. Hello, I screamed at him. You bastard. There's literally nothing I can do. I could only ask, did you ever love me? Instead of answering the question, he responded, the most important thing to me in the world is loyalty. I gave you everything. You went to someone else. You left me just like everyone else did. And you were going to expose me? I shouldn't have threatened him. I should have just published the book. I'm going to die, like Heavy D, like Biggie, like Pac, like so many others. And it's because he is a monster, plain and simple. Then I shot out a group text. I let everyone know he got me. Then I called 911. As I sat here waiting for the ambulance, I'm writing this chapter and praying that I make it to the hospital. I don't feel like writing anymore. I may not be around to see it print. It's okay. I'm sending it out. He won't get away with this. And that's how it ends. The end.
She sent out a group text. He got me.
It's true. Chris and
so the reason why I played that is because Kim Porter died of pneumonia. Kim Porter's love interest after she left Diddy died of pneumonia. A guy before her love interest that she was just dating casually allegedly died of pneumonia. I think Heavy D died of pneumonia. Like all these people are dying of pneumonia. If y'all remember, God damn it, the comedian, Jamie Foxx almost died of pneumonia. Jamie Foxx survived. So all these people are dying of pneumonia, and now somebody in the chat just told me that big homie CeCe, who I just showed y'all a minute ago, I'm just gonna say may, because I don't know, be in the hospital from pneumonia. Bro, I'm like, how is he getting to people from jail? And then they talking about letting this man out? Are you crazy? Yo. So, all right, let's get back to this because that scared the shit out of me. Bro.
Well, yes and no, in that if the goal is to obstruct justice, then yes, that's a big no-no. However, from the defense's point of view,
I'm fast forwarding a little bit. This music is driving me nuts.
That the judge is 2 more days will be able to put in a ruling on that. But also, I don't think that the judge is necessarily focused on whether or not the decision comes down before Thanksgiving. I think the judge is more focused on getting it right.
So she said we may not get a ruling before Thanksgiving. It may be like probably next Monday, probably.
One of the things we heard on Friday and that we're hearing in the paperwork is that Diddy's team has said that he
various locations, whether it be the courthouse or the jail, to make sure that defense counsel and Combs have enough time to prepare for trial.
Right.
As you mentioned, defendants do it all the time.
Hold on.
Did you get ready? Look, I think it's fair.
Hold on, I need to back it up. Sorry, I messed it up.
Of time or access to prepare for his trial. There's a lot of charges, there's a lot of accusers, but other people do it just fine. Is there any truth to the defense saying that he doesn't have the access and what he needs to?
They're saying, does he not have the access to all of the needs of his attorney by being in jail versus being at home? Like, is it unfair for him to be in jail and try to fight all these lawsuits?
Did you get ready? Look, I think it's fair to say that obviously you'd have
Facts, exactly, Rico.
More access if you were out on bond. However, there are so many different ways that the court can make the defense counsel available to the defendant. There are situations in which a judge will allow meetings.
Oh, you are so awesome. She sent me the timestamp.
And these are children who not only...
Wait. I thought you sent me the timestamp. Magnum, ICU. It started in the beginning. Hold on, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna look up the timestamp.
things happening at various locations, whether it be the courthouse or the jail, to make sure that defense counsel and Combs have enough time to prepare for trial.
Right.
As you mentioned, defendants do it all the time. Every single day, any incarcerated defendant has to work with their counsel in order to prepare for trial. So I don't think that that's necessarily something that's going to sway.
And the whole thing with the raid that happened in his cell with the legal notes, the handwritten notes that were taken, there's been a lot of back and forth about that. Really quick, your take on that?
Well, I think the judge is going to have to really hear the facts on that. But what's interesting is they were able to use that fact.
Okay, found it.
It's wild. Jag, you also sat down with big homie CeCe. Yeah. Well, what's your thoughts on big homie? Good man. And it's he knows a lot. He was recently poisoned. Again. He was telling. Yeah, he told me something about that. Godspeed. I've been praying for him every day, and I'm asking everybody involved with this platform, watch this platform, all members. Please pray for big homie CeCe. He's putting his life on the line, exposing the secrets of the transferring agenda to help save lives. You know, I'm looking forward to working with him more in the future. We both want the same thing. We just want everybody to get home safe. Right. There's an interview we did with him. It hasn't dropped yet, but he talks about demonic forces and how they truly exist. They do. Right.
I don't know what's going on. Hopefully they're talking about he was poisoned a long time ago, but the way Jaguar responded, it seems like she's saying it just happened. Beyonce's Bodyguard, Ray J calling her out, Uncle Ron, rumors of Trump, Diddy latest lawsuit. Who? I don't see anything about Beyonce. This is interesting. What is this?
To say that that had anything to do with Little Kim, when Little Kim would never sexualize her own daughter like that. Shout out to your wife.
This is Envy, DJ
May
Envy.
you rot in hell. You turn your daughter into a snack for perverts.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, I agree with that. That part right there, she was talking about DJ Envy, and she allowed his daughter to prance around like Little Kim on Halloween. I think I still got that video. No, I think I erased it. But this big CeCe situation just scared the hell out of me, because if he's him and he's this big tough dude and he knows how to look out for Diddy and they still got him, that scares the shit out of me, because all right. So I don't know, but let's just keep going. Damn.
And the fact that Combs had made representations that he had written legal.
Yeah, Whitney Houston. Yeah, they know how to get to people.
And made it clear that this was legal communications. And then it turned out that his lawyer had to explain, looking back at the evidence, it's not actually true that the word legal is written all over the paperwork beforehand. And so what the government did was use that as another way of showing that Combs is still not following the law and is not listening to his attorneys.
All right. Fact-driven.
Of the defense's arguments.
Fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
Third time just might be the charm for P. Diddy's bond motion. I just got out of court, and let me tell you why I think he's going to get a bond. Judge, reserved decision. He said you're going to get a decision very soon, okay? But the judge was buying a lot of the defense's arguments, and they were good arguments. The judge said that by Monday at 12 noon, he wants to see both sides issue additional briefing on this question of whether or not.
I see it now. Uncle Ron. So I'm about to play that now. Thank you so much, Magnum. I see you. You're so dope. I'm playing in a second after this.
Not some of the statements that Puff Daddy has made in the public through social media, as well as in talking to witnesses and text message, are allowed or not. The government was arguing that he's trying to influence jurors and he's trying to witness tamper. And the judge questioned, really, are you sure? I looked at some of these messages, this happy birthday post from his family that's posted on Instagram. Yeah, a juror might see that, but does that mean that a defendant's not allowed to wish himself happy birthday on Instagram?
So I'm about to play y'all a video of another bodyguard that allegedly got poisoned. But before we play that, let's play this. We'll be right back. This is getting crazy. Thank y'all so much for showing me all this stuff, because this is crazy. A solution that will help every. Be right back with the Jaguar Wright situation. I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. Therapy in a box is 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. But all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. All right, y'all, Christmas is coming up. Christmas is coming up. Make sure to order your mother-daughter card game so you can play it with the whole family, and you can play your Deeper Discussions card game with the family also. This Deeper Discussions card game is not just about dating prospects. You can play this Deeper Discussions card game with a family member, because all it really helps you do is understand the other person's upbringing and their pathology. Pathology is their how they grew up, right? So if you want to understand your sister better, because you and your sister don't get along, you want to understand your uncle better, you want to know why your uncle is so this or so that, you want to know why your family member don't like you or whatever, y'all have a conversation with each other with this Deeper Discussions card game. And there's a couple specifically dating questions. You can take that out. It's 81 questions in this card. You can play this during Thanksgiving with everybody. Y'all sitting around Thanksgiving dinner. Y'all could just literally just open up the card game and just sit the stack of cards in the middle of the table and say, hey, everybody pick a card. Let's have some fun. And you'll pick a card and boom, just like I'll pick a card right here. Watch this. Describe an example of a toxic relationship you've been in and how long did you stay? You can play that with a family member, right? Another question is, when a man and a woman are walking up a flight of steps, the man walks behind the woman. Why is this? You see how I just grabbed 2 cards from the card game? They're not all dating cards. You can play this with family members on Thanksgiving. Another question is, if I ask your mother, why can't you seem to get it right in regards to relationships? What would your mother say? These card questions will be good just for Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is this Thursday. Buy my Deeper Discussions card game, open up the card game, and while y'all eating and say, hey, y'all want to play a fun card game? Everybody? Sure. Open a stack of cards, sit it in front of everybody, and just say, all right, cool. Pick a card. Boom. And everybody's going to have fun. It's for family and not just dating prospects. So buy your Deeper Discussions card game. It's 81 cards in this card game. And buy your mother-daughter card game before Thanksgiving and it's about 108 cards in this card game. Buy both card games and you'll be ready for Thanksgiving, because you about to be around all these toxic people on Thanksgiving, and this will be a good way to be a buffer and to make things fun instead of awkward. Oh, I was going to play this.
On to a more serious topic. You know me, I'll be having a little fun. Oh no, it's all good. But Uncle Ron, Beyonce's ex-bodyguard, who threatened to expose them. Yeah,
and Diddy
threatened to expose them, I believe, in 2023. Is deceased. He's passed away. Allegedly, that's what they are saying. Allegedly, that is what they are saying.
Hit a like button, y'all. Hit a like button.
That? Well, they said he died from that pneumonia. Yes. You know, just like Kim, just like Brittany Murphy. That pneumonia ain't no joke. Every time somebody get to telling the truth about someone, on to a more serious.
I want to play it again.
Yeah. You know me, I'll be having a little fun. Oh no, it's all good. But Uncle Ron, Beyonce's ex-bodyguard, who
and Diddy's
threatened to expose them. Yeah, threatened to expose them, I believe, in 2023. Is deceased. He's passed away. Allegedly, that's what they are saying. Allegedly, that is what they are saying. What are your thoughts on that?
Y'all hit the like button. Y'all see this big old screen that says hit the like button. Ain't none of y'all hitting the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all, I can take the screen down if y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all.
Well, they said he died from that pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Yes. You know, just like Kim, just like Brittany Murphy. That pneumonia ain't no joke. Every time somebody get to telling the truth about someone, whoever's been lying,
they die of pneumonia.
They just say a little prayer and then the pneumonia comes, and then it's a lot of people been getting that pneumonia. I'm surprised they didn't try to say that Liam got that pneumonia, but you know he went over that balcony. But the thing is, they say he went on his own.
Had a pneumonia.
But there's two other things that I considered as I speculate.
They should call it Diddy-monia.
Speculation. None of this is true yet. But what if somebody told him he had to jump off? Man. What if he would have rather jumped and be out? Right. You know?
That's a thought.
Or maybe imminent danger was there. And it's alleged that only escape.
His only escape.
Right. It's alleged that he had CeCe. Oh no, that's not alleged. That is a fact. There, Rook. It was found in his system in his autopsy. That's not alleged.
Oh my God. So for those who are a little confused and just tuning in, somebody in my comments told me to check out a video, and I went and looked at the video, and you know, I'll just play that one. Big Homie CeCe, which is another bodyguard. So Uncle Ron was Diddy's bodyguard. He's dead. And now there's a guy named Big Homie CeCe that was Diddy's bodyguard, and he's speaking out. And somebody said, because I don't know, he's in a hospital for pneumonia. Everybody's dying from pneumonia.
It's wild. Jag, you also sat down with Big Homie CeCe. Yeah. Well, what's your thoughts on Big Homie? Good man. And this, yeah, he knows a lot. He was recently poisoned.
She said recently.
Again.
She said recently.
Yeah, he was telling. Yeah, he told me something about that. Godspeed. I've been praying for him every day, and I'm asking everybody involved with this platform. Watch.
Oh.
this platform, all members, please pray for Big Homie CeCe.
Hold on. Somebody just said something. And TD Jakes just had a stroke on stage. Put a one in the chat if y'all have heard that. Put a one in the chat if y'all heard that TD Jakes just recently had a stroke on stage out of nowhere. Put a one in the chat if y'all heard that. Because I'll look it up. Y'all need me to. Man, this is crazy. Put a one in the chat. You heard that TD Jakes just had a stroke on stage. This is nuts. All these people falling out because that's what I'm saying. Imagine if Diddy gets out of jail. People are literally going to drop like flies. Bruh. All right, let's keep going.
Report on this Diddy docket. Incredible. Yesterday, filings were due at noon, and they came fast and furious about the First Amendment right to intimidate witnesses. No, the First Amendment right to put stuff out on Instagram to explicitly affect the jurors. But more recently, this morning, a filing by Combs' lawyer, heavily redacted, about the apartment that he's proposing to move into in the upper.
And when somebody says heavily redacted, you hear the word redacted, that means in jury testimony or on a docket, it's blanked out and nobody knows what is said because they have the right to black certain things out on dockets and paperwork in order to protect people. That's what redacted means.
To move into in the Upper East Side. By Combs' lawyer, heavily redacted, about the apartment that he's proposing to move into in the Upper East Side. We can't really tell since more than half.
It's not an umbrella hat. He's just holding an umbrella, y'all. Is the umbrella pole is by his neck. Y'all tripping. That's not a hat.
The jurors. But more recently, this morning, a filing by Combs' lawyer, heavily redacted, about the apartment that he's proposing to move into in the Upper East Side. We can't really tell since more than half of the letter is redacted, but from it one could surmise that he thinks he's getting out. And he's responding to something in the government filing, and he's saying we're going to check out the place and we're going to give you a report. So this could happen at any time. There could be.
So this is the apartment that we're talking about. They're checking out the apartment to make sure it's okay, like he's about to get out.
Finally, and he's saying we're going to check out the place and we're going to give you a report. So this could happen at any time. There could be a ruling put into the docket by Judge Subramanian saying probably not, if it were to go that way, not to release him right away. But they'd have to check the apartment. He'd have to come. And I'm not sure why it's so cloudy here. But watch this space. We're working on a sequel to Did He Do It? And so there's that.
So this is one of the places where I get a lot of my information from. A guy on Twitter called Inner City Press. He's like outside and he be inside or whatever. So he shares, I would say, the most commentary on this situation than anybody else. So I believe what he says. Oh my God, this is getting crazy. If this man gets out, like, I'm going to be scared to go to a damn restaurant because I'm going to get hit with pneumonia.
So we are still waiting. I guess it's Diddy Watch 2024. We're still in the process of trying to figure out if he is going to get a bond. More things were filed yesterday by the federal government opposing the bond. More things were filed by the defense saying, please give us a bond.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play deeper discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper discussions, dating edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out. after
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right, somebody said they want to know about TD Jakes. I'm gonna go back to the video of this lawyer in a second because it's so much stuff going on. I want to share this for y'all. Hold on. All right, so this is TD Jakes. What's going on with TD Jakes? Hold on a second. All right. Share my screen. Everybody hit the like button. 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 All right, here we go.
Now, Lord, let them be such a taste of my. Go in peace.
This is sad. Diddy getting hair, goddamn body. So that's that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what's going on with TD Jakes. Man, it's because they let that Abercrombie Finch guy out possibly. This is crazy.
So we are still waiting. I guess it's Diddy Watch 2024. We're still in the process of trying to figure out if he is going to get a bond.
What's up, Tanya G?
More things were filed yesterday by the federal government opposing the bond. More things were filed by the defense saying, please give us a bond. Interesting from the defense. It's never good when you find yourself citing Donald Trump, but you're basically saying, because one of the things the government is mad about is they're like, Diddy won't shut the fuck up. They're like, Diddy talks entirely too much. And they're saying that he is engaged in this full-blown effort to try to influence the public. So his social media campaign, if you will, his TikTok campaign, if you will, that he's going out of his way to try to convince people that he's not an awful person, that he's not a monster inside of our head. Here's the problem with that on both folds. One, if you remember, Diddy's the dumbass lawyers who asked for the gag. And they're the ones who said, we don't want the government or anybody talking about the case. So it's sort of like you asked for the gag order, and now all of a sudden you're mad that you can't talk. And then going.
That's what I'm saying. So Diddy run around trying to gag everybody else, pause, but he want to keep talking.
Back from Diddy's side, the United States versus Trump case had a very specific finding. And one of those findings was very clear. The finding was when you are fighting for your life, when you are fighting for trial, when you are innocent until proven guilty, you have a higher degree of scrutiny. You have a higher ability to be able to talk shit. Like literally, if you're whooping my ass, I should be able to talk shit to every punch. Man, you ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. Every time you hit me, I should be able to talk shit. And that's what Diddy's lawyers are arguing in the United States versus Trump. It's like, look, if the government's coming after me, you shouldn't be able to tell me to keep my mouth shut. You shouldn't be able to tell me to shut the fuck up. That's their argument. On the flip side, Diddy's lawyers are saying it's not the fact, it's not just the fact that he is talking. It's not just the fact that he won't shut the fuck up. It's the problem is he just won't follow the rules. We don't mind that he's talking until we set a rule that says you can't talk. And so Diddy's just like, I want to talk as much as I want to talk, and I'm going to do whatever I want. And the government's like, you can't do that. You're in the Bureau of Prisons, and there's rules, and you won't follow the rules. And Your Honor, if you let him out of jail, he will continue to not follow the rules. A caveat that nobody is talking about is the the U.S. Attorney for Manhattan, Damion Williams, has stepped down. Stepped down. Bullshit. That's like getting fired on your day off, Greg. He was going to get fired. He was appointed by a Democrat, Joe Biden, and now the incoming president, Donald Trump, is going to be able to appoint his own U.S. attorney. So I love the whole, I'm taking upon myself to step down. Bitch, you about to get fired. You ain't stepping down. You leaving. Sort of like if your girlfriend says you're going to break up with you and she breaks up first. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what happens if the judges listen to all this stuff. But if you listen or read any of the prosecutors' filings, they went all in. They're talking about the Diddy situation with Shine. They're talking about the fact that he beat the hell out of his housekeepers. They're talking about the fact that he intimidated. They're talking about the fact that he drags, kicks, scream women. They're saying if you let this dude out, he gonna whoop some people's asses. And then they also went, the last thing they went so far as they're saying is they're like, look, Judge, you remember that thing you got mad at us about looking ahead his legal documents? There ain't no doubt in our mind. Maybe we shouldn't have done it. But that dude went back and wrote legal on every document thereafter because he can't follow the rules and he tries to do everything he can do to get an advantage. Sounds like the government's getting as much as they can get. So who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if he's going to get a bond? Take that. Take it.
No, we're not taking it. No, sir. Don't be telling nobody to take it. What's wrong with you?
The judge said, I'm looking at these text messages with the witnesses. What's tampering here? And so he's going to have additional briefing on both of those issues. But what really swayed the judge is the argument that's been made.
He's not the president yet. Clifford said, I believe he's going to get out because Trump is not a president. Trump is not the president right now. He's not the president until January. So Trump is not the president. He is not the president. The president, he is the president in January. This is not even December yet. So he's not the president.
From the beginning, but now after 2-3 months there's been discovery produced, and the defense has some of the discovery, including what they characterized as Brady evidence showing that the alleged sex trafficking victim, Puff's wife, and a relationship that was almost 11 years that ended. They discussed some of the text messages about the ending, and the defense lawyer's point is, look, when they broke up here, she's not talking about, hey, you made me a prostitute and you forced me to do this and you forced me to do that. That type of sex trafficking claim is nowhere in the evidence, according to the defendants. I think the judge was looking at some of the evidence and he was going along with that. And that's what's leading him to say that, hey, why under this set of conditions can't I give this guy bail? If you look at what's happened in this case, in the past couple of months, they said that this guy is this guy is this guy is that. Okay, where's the evidence? Other than a video showing him brutally beating his wife in a hotel lobby, and other than you saying that he's breaking prison rules by using three-way calling, what else is there? Really, what else is there? Because they have not identified a single other witness or video showing violence, showing really anything. Will they? Maybe. But for now, I think the judge is going to give him a bond because it's been 2 months. And it looks like Puff is a freak and a wife beater, but that's not a no bond type of situation.
There are more potential victims against Diddy that you'll be representing soon?
Yes, I have a case that I'll be filing right before Thanksgiving.
Hit the like button, 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 hit the like button. And my mother-daughter card game is on sale for $62 for a few more days. I will say probably until Saturday. And the price will go back up to $199. Get your card game now before the price goes back up. I'm having a Black Friday sale. It is usually $199. It's only $62 right now. Get your mother-daughter card game before the price goes back to $199.
Video showing violence, showing really anything. Will they? Maybe. But for now, I think the judge is going to give him a bond because it's been 2 months and it looks like Puff is a freak and a wife beater, but that's not a no bond type of situation.
There are more potential victims against Diddy that you'll be representing soon?
Yes, I have a case that I'll be filing right before Thanksgiving in New York for a client in Oklahoma. And she traveled from Oklahoma to New York, where she actually won a trip to go to a Diddy party from the radio station. And so we will be filing a lawsuit against Diddy, the radio station, and the record label who financed and promoted that event. I have another case that'll be coming out right before Christmas, and then one more case right before New Year's. I would like everybody to keep in mind, especially when we're talking about the victims, that these are people who are traumatized.
Hold on. This is hilarious. Mandy said $60 for a deck of cards. Did I hear that right? No. $200 for a deck of cards. It's on sale for $62. $200. There is no other card game on the market that will help you or anybody else fix your problems that you have or the problems that you have had all your adult life with your mother. I created this card game, and the reason why it's so thick is because there's 2 different decks in the card game. There's no other card game that you can buy that one has 2 different decks where you can ship the deck to your mom or ship the deck to your to your daughter, and y'all both have different decks for each other. So you have a mother deck and then you have a daughter deck. You cannot go anywhere else on the planet other than therapy to fix your relationship with your mother. But all you have to do, because there's a Black Friday sale going on, buy this card game for $62, and you and your mother can fix your tumultuous relationship that y'all have had since you were 14 years old. Remember when your mama told you, and she'll put your ass out when you were 16, and she actually put you out when you were 17? Who in this chat got put out of their mama's house when they were 17 years old? Put a 1 in the chat if you got put out your mama house when you were 17 years old. Women go through all kinds of shit with their dysfunctional ass mama. Most women have terrible relationships with their mothers. Put a 1 in the chat if your mama kicked you out of her house when you was a goddamn teenager. How do I know this? People are putting 1s in the chat. How do I know this? I don't know these people. Because most single mothers kick their kids out of the house. And guess what? You still feel resentment towards your mama when she did that shit, and you 30. So that is why this card game is $200 and on sale for $62. Because I, unlike the rest of these people, are here to help you with your childhood trauma. So no, this ain't no fun spades game. This ain't no Uno card bullshit. No, this is something that you've never seen before in your entire freaking life. Something that will actually fix your relationship with your mother. So goddamn right, it's $200. And it'd be $400. Y'all cheap ass always want somebody to give y'all something. No, I need to make the damn price $200 just because you talking shit in the chat. So right now it's $62, but the regular price is $200 and it sells for sure. Because this is therapy in a box. You can't get therapy in no other box on the damn planet. Name another box that has therapy in it. There's no other therapy in the box. Nowhere. Try to drag your mama to therapy and see what happens. One, she ain't gonna go. And then two, if she do go, she's gonna sit here and gaslight you in front of your therapist. And next thing you know, you're gonna be sitting there mad at your therapist because your therapist trying to agree with your damn mama. But guess what? If you buy this card game, your mama has card questions just like you got card questions. So y'all both can have a fair conversation amongst each other where nobody has the upper hand. Check this out.
Guys, I just got a special delivery from Aaron, Mr. Let Go. I'll tag him right here. I just got his new card game, the mother and daughter game. And who better to play than mother and daughter? While my mom is here, I only have one more day with you, but we're going to play. And I think we should go live.
So plenty women are playing this card game with their moms already. So if y'all were to sit around and whine about $62, how much was your goddamn hair? How much was your wig? How much was your damn wig? How much was your wig? $200 goddamn dollars. But you don't want to buy a card game that will help you fix your relationship with your mom? Part of the reason why you wearing a goddamn wig is because of your mom. Because when you was a kid, your mama looked at you and said, we need to do something with your little nappy ass hair. And then she sat you in her goddamn lap, literally ripping your damn scalp apart. I can't stand your hair. Your little nappy ass hair. You got hair like your mama, your daddy. And you sit there crying like, she just ripping hair out your goddamn head. So the reason why you wearing your little crazy looking ass wig is because of your goddamn mama. So you paying $200 for something that your mama traumatized you with, but you don't want to pay $200 or in this situation, $62 for a way to untraumatize yourself with. So you ain't got to keep buying all these goddamn wigs. Y'all don't be quiet with all this. See, the thing about it is y'all ain't cheap. Y'all just value buying stupid shit instead of things that will actually help you. That's the problem. Y'all are too enamored with buying coping mechanisms, shit to make you feel better about yourself, make you feel prettier on the outside, but you're screwed up on the inside. So the thing about it is, I am here to help out your insides mentally, emotionally, and get rid of all that childhood trauma that you got. So can I proceed now without y'all talking shit? So what is $62? Because it's supposed to be goddamn $62. Your wig was your wig was $200. Shut up.
We're still going to play this game. And major shout out to you, Aaron. Thank you for the drop off. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
This is going to be good.
Real quick, let me show y'all something.
Okay.
Y'all got a couple seconds.
Let's see.
We're going to open this card game, right?
Let's go.
And
I have your other game too, by the way, Deeper Discussions.
A mother set of questions and a daughter set of questions. So you get your set of questions, and she gets her set of questions. We got to have an equal playing field. You can't just be asking your mama all these questions.
True.
She gets to ask you some questions.
I love it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun, mama.
So women are all over the country healing. If y'all ain't healing, y'all don't want to heal, cool. But don't be in my chat talking shit. But $62, shut up. Bet you ain't in the goddamn wig store saying $62. Say that shit to the goddamn Chinese lady at the wig shop and watch her hit your ass in the head, hit your ass over the head with a broom. Go in the Chinese shop talking shit about her wigs. I bet that Chinese lady bust your ass in the face with a broom. Shut up.
Us how close Diddy's house is to these ports, but not only Diddy's house.
So the biggest problem I have with Diddy getting out of jail is ports. Diddy can literally go back to work and being, the diddler and this evil person and start running his business through these ports again if he gets out. So check this out.
This video shows us how close Diddy's house is to these ports, but not only Diddy's house, but other celebrities that are being named and a list of people associated with Diddy. And that includes Jennifer Lopez, which I found to be really interesting because I feel like we all forgot that she had dated Diddy back in the 90s. Now, what does this video prove? Technically, nothing at all. They just live next to a port. Okay. But some people do believe that there's been child trafficking using the ports. Some people have reported they've heard humans screaming from within inside the cargo containers. As this dude goes on to explain part of the reason why they've closed the ports.
So the reason why I'm showing you this is because a huge part of why Diddy is under investigation and in jail is because of these ports and how Diddy had underground tunnels and lived straight across the water from ports. You see how close the ports were. So listen to what this man has said involving these ports. And for those who don't know, just want to make sure y'all are keeping up. Ports, because some of y'all might, what the hell is a port and what does it have to do anything? This is how they, I'll just say it, they traffic things. Okay, this is one of the ways drugs get into the United States, through the ports. You know, because drugs are actually in Nicaragua and all these other countries. So they put drugs on these boats, and the boats transport the drugs to America, and then they get the drugs from the ports, and now it's on American soil. And the same way they do women. So in these ports, they are popular for ways to secretly transport drugs and people. That's the significance of these ports. Just in case some of y'all are like, what the hell is a port?
Workers are striking, and one of the main reasons is they're tired of hearing humans being shipped over and screaming and banging on the inside of the shipping container.
Now we have no...
The shipping containers are the big green things that you see at these shipping ports.
Proof as to this being true, or if this dude even works for the shipping container companies. It could just all be rumors and conspiracies built around the Diddy case. But at the same time, if I had 2 years ago told you that Diddy was up to no good, you would also call that a conspiracy. So who knows?
Creep on in. Diddy's house. Just in case they say something about this music. So look how, and the ports are like right there. That's how, so these shipping containers sometimes be having people in it. Sometimes be having drugs in it.
We also have another major issue going on in our ports right now, and I just wanted to speak on it because I don't think a lot of people understand why they're striking. One of the major reasons I've been seeing coming out of videos and reports from people talking about it is that they get tired of hearing children screaming inside the containers. Yeah, you heard that right. The workers are striking, and one of the main reasons is they're tired of hearing humans being and screaming and banging on the inside of the shipping containers to get out. I understand we have a serious human trafficking issue in this country. I just did not think it was this bad.
So this is crazy, right? I'm not going to say this man is lying, but it's hearsay at best because I haven't seen any reports of...
Ma'am, shut up.
That I always listened to was never go.
Turn this up a little bit because she's talking real low. Everybody turn it up a little bit because she is talking low because y'all not going to be able to hear it. So turn your volume up just a little bit.
That I always listened to was never go over there. Never go over there. And what he was talking about was when we would go to Miami or we would go to South Beach, he was always pointing at Star Island. He would say, never go to Star Island. Never. And I'd be like, well, why? He's like, remember Pinocchio? Remember Pleasure Island? The same thing will happen to you, but worse. And I'm so glad.
And just in case somebody's wondering what happened on Pinocchio, because y'all are either too young or too old to remember what happened with Pinocchio, Here is what happened with Pinocchio. And it wasn't just Pinocchio, it was all these cartoons. That's a picture of a naked woman. Let me fast forward. I don't want YouTube messing with me. Here's Pinocchio.
And I take them to Pleasure Island.
So this is Pleasure Island from Pinocchio. That's real life Pleasure Island in real life. Look at the door and the shape of the door and how tall it is. And that is Epstein Island, and is the same type of door that was in Pleasure Island. So Pleasure Island was a real thing. Same colors. And then look at the Ellen show. Remember that blue and white? This is the reason why this goofy ass woman has moved to Canada or some damn where, and because the tapes, the EP tapes or the EP files are about to be shown once Trump gets into office. So she just moved to another country because she has been linked to all of this stuff that Diddy has been linked to. I think this woman is a disgusting human being, just like Diddy is. And some of you have seen this for the first time. There is a picture of a dildo in Mickey Mouse's hand. Do you see it? Mickey Mouse. Why is Mickey Mouse holding that? Because the creators of Mickey Mouse is disgusting. So going back to the girl, talking about the Pleasure Island. Let's go back.
He was always pointing at Star Island. He would say, never go to Star Island. Never. And I'd be like, well, why? He's like, remember Pinocchio? Remember Pleasure Island? The same thing will happen to you, but worse. And I'm so glad that I listened. Because he would tell me, tú eres cabeza dura. You don't listen. Never go over there. And then as I got older, when I would get invited, or when I was in the proximity, when I had the opportunity to go,
She wouldn't go. Good.
Hell no.
Good.
I don't know what it is about him telling it to me, because he wasn't even being like aggressive when he said it to me.
See, this is why we need fathers. A man told her not to do something and she listened. If her mama told her not to do something, she wouldn't have listened, because nobody listens to y'all, grown or young. Nobody listens to y'all asses. So this is the reason why men are so important to young women, because that man told her not to go to that to those Diddy parties. Therefore, she's probably married with kids instead of on these Diddy tapes.
But I trusted what he said. And now here we are 25 years later hearing stories about these storage containers.
And she's not in any of them. Because of him, she's not in any of the storage containers.
And Star Island.
And the ports.
I'm so glad I listened. Because I was fucking crazy. And literally anything could have happened to me. A lot of shit. I've experienced a lot of shit. But I might not be here to tell some of these stories that I tell.
Staff here at the port became aware of screaming and banging coming from a container.
They're saying they heard children screaming inside of shipping containers.
Fuck that port! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in the fucking bin!
Found the trailers with a body outside and several that they could visibly see inside once the doors were opened.
35 patients were found in the container when we first arrived.
This is real. This is not no joke.
Don't end up with 35 people.
And Diddy's house is across the river, like very close to all of this stuff.
In a container for no reason.
So we sent the truck out to pick up the container.
Police say they found 39 bodies inside the container truck.
The court's paperwork is giving us a better idea of what exactly happened in those shipping containers.
We hope that those responsible for putting these people in such humane conditions are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
So when you look at Diddy, when you look at the Diddy tunnels, and you look at all the stuff that Diddy has been doing, when you look at the GHB that has been found in Diddy's 1,000 what was it? Baby oil bottles. This is part of the operation to transport, you know.
I think they need to investigate everyone who's lived on this island. You don't know, this is Star Island in Miami, which has one way in and one way out. And Diddy's house that got raided was actually up on Star Island, where he resided. Here's just a list of some big names that have lived on the island, and I think that they should investigate every single one of these people.
Diddy has a house here, and you're going to hear a lot of implications about things that happened with him in Miami, and it would be at this island. Do you know what's right across from this island, right on the other side of that bridge? Fuck.
Is it just me, or am I the only one that thinks that there's like people stuck in these and being sex trafficked, and we're just driving past this boat like nothing even's going?
Here is the back entrance to the Playboy Mansion, where they are rebuilding the whole thing.
You guys working on it? Yeah. Is there tunnels underneath it?
Who?
Tunnels. Underground?
I don't know. I don't think no more.
We don't know nothing, my man.
I don't have, we don't have any information about this.
You don't have any information on the tunnels? Huh. Just checking on those tunnels. I heard about the tunnels.
I don't know what is, no comprende, no habla inglés.
¿No comprende? ¿Yo hablo español?
No, poquito, inglés poquito, no español.
This is the front of the Playboy Mansion.
You guys find any, I know this is funny, but they say there's underground tunnels here. They say going over to P. Diddy's house right here.
Yeah, they say.
Did you see any in there?
I'm not going in them tunnels.
But did you see any?
I can't say. They found vibrators.
You found vibrators? In the tunnels?
That's the whole Playboy Mansion behind there. They say the tunnels go over to Diddy's house, so I'll just do a quick drive to Diddy's.
So the guy is driving from Hugh Hefner's house to Diddy's house. Watch how fast he gets there. Done. He's there.
Said to me, take your clothes off. And I said no. And I left. And they told me they were gonna burn all my music. And they didn't stop.
Thank you so much, Mandy Kush. I'm glad I found your channel, sir. Thank you so much.
They didn't stop asking me, and then I just froze, and I don't even remember. And I will not say his name. I understand this Me Too movement. I understand that some people feel really comfortable with this, and I do not ever want to face that person again.
So this is the schematic for the actual tunnels that are under Diddy's mansion that lead to the Playboy mansion. So when you see this, and when you look at ports and all this other stuff, this is how their operation works, allegedly. There are tunnels where they can transport whatever or whomever. So this is the other side right here, wherever they want to go. So this right here is Diddy's house, and this right here is the Playboy mansion. And then if you, let's see. So this is what it actually looks like. Oh, so this is, I'm sorry. This is Diddy's house, and this is the Playboy mansion. So sorry, I have mixed up. So as you can see, how are we not seeing this? Okay, so as you can see, is 1, 2, 3, 4 different directions that you can go to different houses. This one is northbound tunnel to Mr. James Caan's residence. The next one is northbound tunnel to Jack Nicholson's residence, which is now Diddy's residence. These are old maps. So it says Jack Nicholson because that's who the owner was back then, back in the 70s. But now that is the house that Diddy purchased. Then you see southbound tunnels to Mr. Kirk Douglas's residence. And then this is something else right here. So yes, this whole operation is a real thing. And this is the specific reason why we need to keep Diddy in jail, because if he comes out, his whole operation is going to start back up, allegedly, and things are going to go back to normal, and more people are possibly going to get snatched up again. Just like this. This is a high schooler. Are you former high schooler? Listen to this.
Isn't lying.
So this is a girl that was in high school. This is a girl that was in high school. She's an adult now, but listen to what was going on inside of her high school in New York. It's probably still in that high school now. Listen.
I know that Allie Carter is
turn your volume up a little bit
about the underground tunnels in schools, and I'm
turn your volume up so y'all can hear it. Turn your volume up so you can hear it.
I know that Allie Carter isn't lying about the underground tunnels in schools, and I'm going to tell you why. I just recorded this video and I realized that I didn't use the terminology the correct way for TikTok, so I had to re-record this. Okay, so let's get into it. When I was in junior high school in Queens, New York, I went to a school.
Queens, New York. Where does Diddy live?
Called RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And it was in Queens, New York. I had a group of friends who loved spooky things. We had...
Shout out to Dr. DEB. Oh, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Good show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Just recently found out from our... I think she was the school counselor. I think so. Yeah, she was a school counselor. I can't remember her name. But she had told us a story about a girl in the 80s who had been unalived and raped in our school locker room. In our school locker room. So, of course, we're like, whoa, right? Like, we're finding this out. We use that locker room every day for PE. So we were like, So my friends took it upon themselves. They had the brilliant idea of bringing over a Ouija board and wanting to summon stuff. I wasn't about it. I didn't even know what a Ouija board was. They had to explain to me what it was, and I did not like what they told me. Anyways, fast forward. We change in the girls' locker room. We go to PE. We go back to change. And there was a door in the back of the girls' locker room to the right that was on the ground.
This is Queens, New York. And this is one of the underground tunnels that led to her school, which is JFK school, middle school, I think.
It was more like a sturdy metal, like just a platform, I guess. And it had a handle on it, and we used to always mess with it. We'd be like, oh, let's see if we can open it today, you know, like mess with it all the time. And we do PE, we go back to change, back into our regular clothing, and it's wide open. And I used to change in the second row to the left. I remember always going left. That's all I remember.
RFK. Yeah, thank you. RFK.
And a lot of the girls used to change in that row where the door was. And one of the girls goes, the door's open. So, of course, we're all in the middle of changing. I'm probably finishing up changing. We run to the back. It's open. And there's light emanating from below it. And, of course, girls start jumping down the hole. And I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I look. Tunnels in each direction. And they ran down and they were screaming and they were running back, and I was like, y'all should probably get back up here. I thought it was extra weird because of the events that I knew that had taken place back in the 80s that we had just learned about. Didn't like it. Didn't like how my body felt. So I stood back. And I observed them, and I kind of held space. I thought it was weird because
Thank you so much, Amanda, for the $10 Cash App. Thank you so much. Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of this screen. $AARON 1000. If you're enjoying this content, contribute to the channel in your own way, whether it's buying one of my card games, whether it's dropping a super chat like this person did right here, or Cash App, which is $AARON 1000. Drop a Cash App like Amanda just did. You know, buy me lunch, just something nice, just to let me know you there, and just, you know, let me know you appreciate the content. Because with Diddy ass getting out, there's a small possibility that my health may be at risk talking about this shit. So pay my future doctor bills just in case I get pneumonia.
You can see when someone enters the locker room and there was no other way to enter or exit other than going through the gymnasium. So whoever opened it from inside the locker room while we were in PE. All this to say, there are tunnels underground schools. I saw them with my own eyes. We never questioned it again. We didn't ask anyone. We didn't ask teachers. We didn't ask the...
I hit you up with your Cash App so YouTube can't take from it, even though you screamed at me about $1,000 cards. No, I didn't. It wasn't even you, Mandy. It was somebody else that was talking mess in the chat. It wasn't even you. It was somebody else.
Coach, we didn't ask anyone. We were just like, whoa, that was so cool. That was so weird. Why is that there? And we didn't think anything further of it. And now this girl is telling us that that's how they sex traffic kids. Man.
Wait. So Tanya said, Tanaya says, wow, that girl about RFK ain't lying. I grew up there. I lived there in the 80s. This is what I'm saying, y'all. This stuff is real. These people really grew up around here. Tanaya said she ain't lying. She ain't lying. Damn. This is some real shit, y'all. They've been snatching young people probably for the last 60 years because of these damn tunnels.
We need to pray her up. Things are coming to light. We need to strengthen our spirit. We need to pray for the protection of our children. That's still there.
Tanaya said she's not lying. This girl just told this story. Tanaya in the chat just said she's not lying because she actually went to that school in the 80s.
That hasn't moved. I know it is. Yeah, she ain't lying.
Damn. So, let me see, before we go, let me see if there's anything else going on that I can give y'all before, what happened? No decision, with Judge and Diddy, Judge Merriman, whatever his name is. So there's no, answer today. That's hilarious. So let's see. Just look it up to see if it's anything else going on before we go. Hold on. Because stuff is happening by the minute.
Brace yourselves. But we all know that this guy has been doing this for a long time. Cassie is not the first, and she wasn't, in my opinion, she was with him when he was doing this to other women. And then you go off and look at the totality of circumstances with the industry and how many people are involved. I think TD Jakes could be involved. There's a whole bunch of people that have been to these Diddy parties that are probably going to be implicated.
Lord Jamar, we've spoken a few times since this scandal broke. I presume you're hearing a lot of stuff from people in the music world. How panicky are people getting?
Hold on 1 second. Tanya G said, quick question. As much as I'm interested in the mother-daughter cards, with the attitude she has, how do I, the mother, she's talking about with the attitude mom has, how do I get her to at least sit and play the game? Oh man, that is so simple. It's really easy. All you got to do this Thanksgiving or whenever, say, Ma, I just bought a mother-daughter card game and I think it's really cool. You want to play it? What kind of card game is that? Why? No, I don't want to play no card game. Well, guess what? It has a deck for me, and then there's a deck for you. And what we do is we just ask questions from our deck. So this deck is questions that I ask to you, and then the deck you ask, you know what I'm saying? And then you just say, I think it'll be fun. This way, mom is like, so I got my own cards to ask to you? Yeah. But because this card game, unlike any other card game, unlike therapy, it takes all of the fear of being judged and criticized out of the equation, because she can ask you the same amount of questions that you can ask her. So it's kind of like giving you a sword and giving her a sword, but it's not sword fighting, but it makes both of y'all feel comfortable where you can defend yourself against the other person if you need to. But the questions are not in a way where is condescending or judgmental. The questions are not judgmental. And if y'all want to know about what the questions look like, I have them right here. So this is questions to daughter. So this is what, so all you got to do is go to your mom and say, hey mom, I got this fun card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. Do you want to play? And if she starts looking crazy, just say, well, there's a card game for you. I mean, there's a deck for you and there's a deck for me. And just hand her her deck. And she'll open it up and say, okay, what's going on with this? What is this? And then one of the questions will be, how can I be a better mother to you at the age you are now? You know, so they're non-judgmental questions. And then here's your questions right here. Your questions would be, did you raise me the same way your mother raised you? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? See, that's not judgmental. Mom would love to be able to tell you a story about how she grew up. See, the key to this card game is helping daughters get an opportunity to hear how their mom grew up, how her mom experienced her mom, her dad, her life when she was little. You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is open up the card game and be like, Mom, let's play this card game. What is this? Just hand it to her. What is this? And then she's going to look at the back and you can't see what's on the back. She's going to be like, so what are we doing? You just ask me some questions from your card deck, and then I ask you some questions from my card deck, and she's going to be like, okay. How can any mom say no? Women love, your mom is a woman. Women love card games. So unless your mama is a man, women absolutely love card games. So all you got to do, just hand it to her. Mom. Wow. She going to want to play it. Just hand it to her. Mom. Boom. Hand her card deck, and then boom, that's it. Aaron's mother's voice sounds annoyed. Because women are women. Women are going to want to play a card game because women like playing card games. I'm just saying. So the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Buy the card game, y'all. And I know some of y'all are like, I don't know. Just buy it. Shit. Anybody got time to be playing with y'all? Just buy the damn game.
This guy has been doing this for a long time. Cassie is not the first, and she wasn't, in my opinion, she was with him when he was doing this to other women. And then you go off and look at the totality of circumstances with the industry and how many people are involved. I think TD Jakes could be involved. There's a whole bunch of people that have been to these Diddy parties that are probably going to be implicated.
Lord Jamar, we've spoken a few times since this scandal broke. I presume you're hearing a lot of stuff from people in the music world. How panicky are people getting? There are reports from a TMZ documentary called The Downfall of Diddy Inside the Freak-Offs, where it claimed that high-profile celebrities are reaching out to victims and offering them money in exchange for avoiding any public exposure. Are you hearing stuff like that?
I haven't heard anything directly like that. I've seen things online, but I will say, behind the scenes, a lot of names are starting to be thrown around, people that were close associates with Diddy. And I think these people are very worried about what may be coming out in the very near future.
I want to play a clip. This is from November the 4th, but it's where Sean Combs spoke to his children on the day of his 51st birthday. Let's take a look at this.
Happy birthday to Dad.
He put out on social media, designed to make him look like a good father, good family man, the last person who could possibly be guilty of these incredibly serious things he's been charged with. We also, when he was at the bail hearing, and I'll come to that in a moment with you, he seemed to wink and laugh at the media. His own behavior here, how relevant will that be in the general mix?
So prosecutors raised that video we just saw with the family as him trying to allegedly tamper with the jury pool and create this image, but I don't really buy it. And as a criminal defense attorney, I don't think there was much wrong with the family video. He wasn't signaling to witnesses in the case. He wasn't commenting on the evidence in the case. He wasn't even declaring his innocence. He was merely sending out a video of his family wishing him well for his birthday. And when he goes to trial, there is no doubt in my mind, and I know as an attorney, I would tell him to do this. I would have his family sitting in the front row behind him, showing their support. It's very important that you show that people, are vested in the outcome of the case, that you have family members involved, and it's important. This man is in media, and I don't blame him for trying to sway the optics and show he's a good family guy. I think that has no effect on the outcome of the case, and it should not affect bail. But he's done plenty of other things that are going to go against his getting bail, and this should be the least of it.
Yeah, I mean, on the issue of the bail, the court rejected the idea that Diddy be kept under house arrest at his island home in Miami. The district judge said that's not going to work. However, the judge did seem to potentially open the possibility to confinement with around-the-clock security at a 3-bedroom apartment on Manhattan's Upper East Side. I mean, from everything you've gleaned from this case, Stacey, how likely is it that he will be let out on bail?
So I'm calling it 50-50 right now. The reason they didn't want to use the Miami house is because it actually has a boat deck or a boat pier behind the house, and they were worried about people coming up behind the house. The New York City apartment, which is this 3-bedroom apartment in New York, which isn't that large for a mogul like that, which is interesting. But that they're going to hire private people. They proposed hiring private people to guard that, to monitor who comes in and out, who he can speak to from the home, what phone lines are available to him. But the problem is, I don't know that the judge is going to give him that break, which most defendants would get with these types of charges. I mean, such an unusual case. This isn't like he's a danger to the community at large. He's a danger to the limited number of people he allegedly engaged in. But I think that the use of his resources extending out and his alleged attempts while he's in prison to reach out to witnesses potentially is going to hamper the judge's decision to let this happen. But in all fairness, it probably should give him that opportunity based on the charges.
Officer Tatum, I mean, during the hearing, the defense lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, disputed the prosecutor's contention that a 2016 hotel surveillance video of Diddy assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, we mentioned this earlier, known as Cassie, obviously, showed there was a risk he would act violently if released. I mean, it wasn't just that video. We've had a lot of women come forward and talk about either what happened to them or to other people, other women, involving his tendency to commit acts of violence against women. This idea of whether he's a danger to the public, he's obviously a violent guy. We saw it with our own eyes. When you drag a woman through a hotel corridor, oblivious to the fact there are cameras, and just start beating her up.
Right.
That's a dangerous guy, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I think he's conditionally dangerous, meaning that when he's in situations where his anger gets the best of him, he lash out on people and can really do some damage. Obviously, we saw on camera one incident. I'm sure he beat her all the time. At least that's what she alleged. Damn. So I think that when they're looking at whether or not he's consistently violent, it's not like he's in the streets doing drive-by shootings and got bodies on his record. So they're not going to consider him to be a present dangerous person. However, his financial means and the history of alleged things that he's been involved in, which using other people to commit crimes, is the thing that I think they should be most worried about. P. Diddy got a ton of money. He got a ton of influence. The reason people have been quiet so many years is because I believe, and this is my opinion, I think that they're afraid for their lives. I mean, he can get hitmen to come out and touch you. Right. And he's rapped about it. He's been involved with situations like that. People think he has something to do with Tupac's death. And so I think that they should consider that him being out could cause him to use other people to act on his behalf to do violent things to get him out. He has a lot to lose, and people that have a lot to lose will do crazy things.
Yeah, I mean, Lord Jamar, I mean, look, he's always portrayed himself, yes, as a mogul, but also as a bit of a gangster. And I always think when people show you who they are, you should believe them. You know, I do think that what Officer Tatum said there has got merit. I think this is a dangerous, violent character who's used to control, whose life is currently spiraling out of control. And as such, I would think he might represent a danger to people, particularly those, as Officer Tatum said, who might want to testify against him.
I mean, you know, as someone that knew him like coming up as a teenager, he didn't have a gangster type of background. But I must say, once you get money and influence and all this type of stuff, it will feed people's ego and make them feel, you know, more brazen and bolder than they are. I just want to comment though on the bail thing. That's kind of curious to me as to why they wouldn't give him bail, but they would give somebody like Michael Jeffries bail, 10 million or something like that. Right?
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I was shocked that they wouldn't give him bail. He has the resources to put up an enormous bail. Prosecutors offered his Miami home, which they say is worth $48 million. They offered to post a $50 million bail. They can restrict his movements. They can put an ankle bracelet on him. I don't understand why he didn't get bail either. This is such an unusual indictment to begin with, racketeering for the purposes of sex trafficking. It just seems odd. I agree with you on that.
Lord Jamar, look, one of the things is also bubbling over here in terms of legal maneuverings. Diddy's reportedly sent a cease and desist letter over this new documentary about his one-time protege, Shine. It was 25 years ago, for those who don't know this story, that Shine reportedly took the fall for Diddy over a 1999 nightclub shoot.
I don't hear about the Shine stuff. Nobody cares. All right, so that is all I got today. I ate already, so I ain't got to eat. I ate before I started the live stream, so I feel great. And I'm probably going to get out in these streets. It is Tuesday. So if anything else happens, I will come back live, y'all. But that is all of the information that I have for y'all. And thank y'all for watching, and hit the Cash App, $AARON 1000, and buy me lunch for tomorrow, whatever, if you want to. Buy my Deeper Discussions card game or my mother-daughter card game. We got 4 people that have bought, but you had salmon. No, I actually had steak and spinach. I had steak and spinach today. Steak and spinach. But if anybody has a crazy mother or a problematic mother, all you got to do is buy the card game and open it yourself. And one of these cards is for the mother and the other card is for the daughter, right? So you keep yours for yourself, for the daughter, and say, Mom, yep, it was a ribeye. Yep, Mom, I have a fun card game. It's called the mother-daughter card game. You want to play it? And she's gonna say, I go, just look at it. Just give it to her. She's not gonna not look at it, and then she's gonna open it up and be like, so these are my questions that I asked to you. Yeah. And I got questions that I asked you. So we kind of like ask each other questions. Okay, let's go for it. And then boom, y'all are playing the card game and healing. And that is what this is for. I am here to help women heal from their childhood trauma. And we men did not do that to you. Your mama did. So I want to send y'all back to y'all mama, and you and your mama fix y'all relationship so you can feel good about yourself. Your mom can feel good about herself, and y'all both can feel good about each other, and then build up that love and intimacy with each other so y'all can build up the love and intimacy that y'all can have with us. Because a lot of you ladies are closed up. Y'all don't trust men. Y'all are afraid of men because of what happened to you when you was a child. And it's not really fair to us because we didn't do nothing to y'all. Like, none of us met y'all until y'all was like in y'all 30s. So it can't be our fault. We ain't did nothing. And if we did do something to you, it was after somebody else did something to you when you was like 9 or 12 or 15. So even if a dude did do something to you, it happened to you again, not for the first time. We ain't did nothing to you for the first time. A lot of the stuff that y'all went through, y'all been through already when y'all was 12. So work on the things that happened to you when you was 12, and then work on the things that happened to you when you was 22 or 25. But this is meant to help you fix that home stuff, your home life, your childhood, before you get out here with us men, because we ain't do nothing to you. So y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Talk to y'all later.
Meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
With a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. Therapy in a box is 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. But all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing.